Yo, welcome to the Pardon the Punk podcast. My name is Ethan. I'm here with my co-host
Meg, and we've got two special guests with us today.
Danny. That's you.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. I'm Danny from the Butters Aliens, and
good evening. It's Finn Jones from every band in Birmingham.
List as long as his arm.
Yeah, man.
This is sick. Yeah. So we've got episode 2 of the podcast. We finally got it working. We're still in lockdown though, which is great. If you've been keeping an eye on our Instagram, you'll see Butters Aliens are co-headlining our first Part of the Punk party at Slubside on...
when is that?
Well, it's meant to be August 4th, but I feel like it's not going to happen.
When's that,
sweet.
you know?
Danny's got no idea. He doesn't even know what band he's in.
In August? It might go ahead.
It might, but it's looking unlikely. We'll hope so, though. We hope so.
Yeah.
We could do like a social distance gig. Everyone's got to wear a mask and like you just mock on the spot.
To be fair, but if it's like...
Would you do a gig if it was distance? I've been speaking about that lately.
Imagine everyone trying to get up and down the doors in the sun and up and down the stairs.
Oh, you'd
That's
have to
not
queue
even
for
on.
like the smoking area would be a nightmare. Because by the time you've got in and out, there's like another band starting.
You're right.
They're going to be annoyed if that happened. If that actually happened, because usually they herd everyone in. They're like, you need to smoke your cigarette in this bit.
I mean, I've been offered to do like a hardcore show at like a socially distanced venue. So it would be a case of just people spinning on the spot, and I feel like that wouldn't go down well.
That's a bit dark. That's quite
But yeah,
sad.
we can be hopeful for our next gig.
Yeah.
Anyway, down to business. If you don't know who the Butters Aliens are, lads, if you could just give a brief description of the band.
Oh, they know. I'm joking.
Yeah, the 4 people that are listening know.
Yeah.
Hi Ed, hi James.
Hi, Mom.
But yeah, if you're outside of Birmingham, you haven't heard of TBA. They play a lot of gigs in the area. They played Sunflower Lounge quite a lot.
If you don't know, get to know.
EP Sick Bowl out now on Spotify, and the new track Rat Trap off The Abyss Stares Back. That's been a good EP. How was it like working in the studio with Sue and 1212?
Well, we were there like separate times from 1212, so it was just me, Ed, and Elliot in the studio.
Oh yeah.
But he's fucking wicked, man. He just cracks on with it. Like whatever we needed, he'd done for us, sort of thing, man.
Yeah, man. I think Elliot's sick. He has no idea. He probably didn't know who I am, but I did. I went to high school with him for like a year, and I remember.
Oh, he knows you. He definitely knows you.
Well, he knows me now, but
He
like
must
he
do.
probably doesn't remember me from high school. I just remember he did like
Yeah.
this mad like blues guitar thing at a Christmas performance, and I was like, oh, that's sick. That is. I should learn to do that.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was good
so,
there, man.
First question, and I think the most important one. We want to ask if you're going down to the gig, what's your first drink you buy him?
It would have been a pint of the cheapest lager. I say would have been.
Yeah.
I haven't had a drink since March.
Yeah,
But-
Finley now drinks
So
alcohol-free
Ooh.
Heisenberg
Finley the straight edge.
and cracks it with his teeth, which freaks me
Yeah.
out.
A new era.
Oh yeah. Nah, I'd have Coke and Ice now. Best drink at a bar.
Coke and ice is nice.
Full fat Coke and Ice.
If they do Pepsi Max Cherry, that's my go-to.
Yeah, that's fire as well.
Danny, what about you?
I don't even know because I stand at the bar for like 2 minutes looking at everything. So I always just get a red straw. I don't even like it. It just
Yeah.
fucking-
I don't like it either, but I always end up with a fucking red stripe. So
We were talking about this
disgusting.
last week, and it was like everyone in the punk scene drinks Red Stripe, even though it's just like sour water. It's disgusting.
It's
like
piss
different
water,
Stella.
innit?
Yeah, man.
I'll have a Yazoo.
Yazoo. I haven't had Yazoo
Chocolate
in
Yazoo.
years.
That's so funny. Walking into a punk gig with a Yazoo.
It's the kind of thing we'd expect from TBA though.
Right, it takes bollocks now.
What flavour though?
J2O.
I remember they used to do the Simpsons like
Oh, no.
cookie dough one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
that's nice.
We'll just leave the silence for a minute and talk about Yazoos.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What the fuck? I thought my Wi-Fi was tripping out.
Yeah, Meg's Wi-Fi's been a nightmare today,
Yeah,
but
love
we'll work
that.
through it. We'll get back to this. There'll just be nothing from Meg. It'll just be me and Danny and Finn talking.
Yeah, you'll just be talking to no one.
So,
Love that.
Meg, I think the idea is if we alternate questions, we should have enough to get through the full podcast. So what's
Okay.
your first question?
What instruments do you play? Because I know Finley has a list as long as the bands that he's in. And which one's your favourite to play?
Oh, jeez.
Great
I've
response
played
there from
like-
Danny.
Yeah. I'll play fucking bass in TBA, which is alright. But I'll play guitar as well, which I'd rather play guitar. Because no one wants to play bass. But then, I just don't speak up on it.
Bass
'Cause I
is
don't
so
wanna-
underrated, isn't it?
You don't what? Speak up that you play guitar?
No, like speak up that I want to play guitar in TBA.
Alright.
Because Ed will just be like, get out.
Well, we could do. You could swap. I mean, I know you have done before. You swap with people.
Just dip my toes in the water.
I mean, me and Meg were planning a gig at one point, and it was going to be like TBA were going to play, but Finley wasn't available, so Ed was going to play drums, and then James was going to play bass, and he wanted Danny to play guitar.
Yeah.
I couldn't see how that would have went ahead.
That would be a bit mad, to be fair.
No, we were going to do it, but we didn't. So, yeah.
Well,
He's a fucking
Ed can,
really.
he can play drums and sing, can't he?
Yeah, Ed likes playing drums and
Yeah,
singing.
Ed's a
Oh,
mean
he-
drummer, man.
Ed's mad
fucking
on
sick.
drums.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, fully.
And Finley, choose your favourite band and pick wisely.
Oh no, you can't. They're good for different reasons. They're all good for different reasons. The most fun gigs are the punk ones, and the hardcore ones.
Yeah.
But obviously they don't make a lot of money. So I have to play not boring, like function gigs, playing cover tunes.
Yeah, I
To
do.
get the
I love
money,
function
but-
bands though. They always. It's always like a load of
Yeah,
dads
if you
and then
pick
one
the right
teenager,
songs.
just like whacking out
Yeah.
80s tunes.
Yeah, if you pick the right tunes, it's good. But if you don't, then it's so shit. But you get paid for it, so it's all right.
That's all right.
But no, I can't pick a favourite band. But you're talking about instruments, like obviously it's been drums since I was little in bands and stuff. But I've only recently started playing bass in bands, like Bad Dreams and stuff. But and Serpents, but I don't prefer playing bass because I'm not that good at it. I'm really shit at it.
My favourite Finn's band is Milk.
Oh god.
Oh,
You know what, actually-
Bring it back, Finn. How many times have we
You're
had this
talking about
conversation?
it, yeah,
yeah,
but
we need
yeah,
a
man.
reunion.
Even
It
if
will
it's just on the
happen.
podcast, just come on the podcast with Milk.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
that's
have
a
be
it.
good
sick.
idea.
Yeah. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, man, we got plans.
When we meet the new studio.
Oh god,
You
that
get
one.
a studio.
Well, yeah, we've been in talks with getting a radio studio for season 2.
2 episodes in. Oh.
My man's got signed.
It got signed. We got a lot of buzz off the first
Hotel?
episode because
Who was it? Travago.
yeah,
Who signed you?
yeah, we get booking studios through hotels.com.
That's 60
Raid
fair,
Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends. I want to get sponsored by Guinness still, or like Papa John's.
Oh, that's heavy.
John.
It would be sick. We could just sit here eating pizza. It'd be great.
Imagine pizza at every gig.
Nah,
Couldn't say no
nah,
to that
Papa John's
one,
do
to be
dead
honest.
pizza, bruv. Vegan
Danny,
pizza,
if you
man.
burp in my ear again,
Danny's gassy.
oh man. So like, how long have you guys been going? Because like, I've seen videos of like TBA like playing at the Flapper like 2 or 3 years ago. It's been a while.
They were going before I joined, but I joined in like it must have been like 2016, 17. Look, they played some social club in Redditch of all places.
Mad.
And
So Ed's the only original member.
yeah, man, yeah.
That's mad.
Fucking 0121 photography. She used to play bass.
I love how you call her by her Instagram name.
Everyone's their
because
Instagram name.
What if like someone's listening, who's in like Indonesia and they're like really interested in the scene?
I hope we have an Indonesian listener. That'd be cool.
Hello, person from Indonesia. Follow all on Instagram.
That is a good point, though.
Yeah.
Danny is not Danny. He is the Dune Rat.
That's on my birth certificate.
Change my name by deed poll.
Did you go to college with Curtis, with Ed?
I didn't, no.
You didn't? Because that's a weird one. Because I know, obviously, Orla was in the band. Was she in the band when you were in the band, or was that before?
No, I like took over. I took a spot sort of thing.
Because back when we did that gig at the, Wagon and Horses, Curtis played with New Morning. Do you remember New Morning with James?
Yeah, and Rishi, man.
See, I didn't even... Yeah, and Rishi... I go to uni with Rishi and Curtis and befriended them like 2 years after that gig. And then they came back. And I looking back at photos, after knowing them both separately, it was so crazy to see them in the mosh because, like, me and Jack don't know them at all until I went to uni and befriended them. It's just a mad time bumping into people from different places and spaces, and then, like, they all come together at gigs because they know people. It's bare mad.
Yeah, it is a bit weird that, like, like, when I saw TBA the first time, I thought, like, oh, this is decent. And I saw that Bad Dreams were playing them at the Wagon. And I was like, oh, Bad Dreams,
crazy.
hardcore band. And I was like, I had no idea of what Milk was at that time. And then there was, like, a mini reunion on stage. Yeah. So it was kind of like, I didn't realise how well everything came together.
That was a crazy gig for me, that was, seeing everybody in there. That was like three or four different scenes mashed up that night.
That was
a mad night.
I mean, that was like the start of the scene as it is. But it's a bit weird of how long it's been going without like most people who are in it now.
Yeah, man. It was going way before Milk started, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it just probably dropped off for a while and then suddenly just came back from that Wagon gig.
Yeah, it was mad. That was my first experience of like being in bands that are playing outside of playing our own music with Milk and going to Snobs after the gigs, and people, I've had a few people come up to me in Snobs and be like, oh, are you in Milk? I've never seen you in my life. Fucking crazy, man.
Milk are just Birmingham legends, I think.
Yeah, if you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't give a fuck. But it's fine.
Been there, got the Lothar.
Yeah, man. They were a quid, they were. Fucking use it.
I still need one of those Bad Dreams lighters, they look cool.
Oh, mate, I'll say one for a £5.
Yeah.
£5, it was £2 in Kidderminster.
Oh, it's gone up with inflation.
Inflation, corona inflation.
Yeah. Postage.
I'll just come to you, Gaff.
What was the question again?
I can't remember.
To be fair, I forgot.
I'll move on to my next question. What are the biggest influences for TBA?
I don't know. I think we've all got our own individually, and look, fucking bring them all to the table, sort of thing.
There's two main ones though, isn't there? Skate and Gym Rats.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
It's basically all the bands that you cover, in it, really.
Yeah, I can hear a lot of like Fiddler in it.
Yeah. Ed loves that shit though, innit?
See, that's the thing. Like that's Ed's thing, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Not Ed's thing. Like, but I've found Fiddler through Ed. Sort of thing.
In terms of his songwriting and the stuff that you play live or we play live, it does go down to like Australian punk. Obviously, we listen to like a mixture of stuff on our own, but it never like influences what we play live. It's all in terms of like what you want to write and play. rather than like I'd happily play whatever.
Yeah.
So it's just about Ed influencing what he listens to and then plays it live.
Well, I'm sure
happy
that
with
comes
whatever.
across like in your own music. So, like, what influences your?
Danny, I'm gonna
Fucking
kick
hell,
you from the
Danny.
call in a minute.
It's because I'm nervous.
Oh my god. Anyway, I can't. I'm gonna laugh.
I'm crying. Oh, God. What was the question? Oh yeah, influences. I mean, yeah,
I'm laughing
like
too
Finley,
much.
you play in like hardcore bands and that. You're in, well, I guess you could say 3 hardcore bands, even though none of them
Yeah,
are
man.
strictly hardcore. But like,
I beat down, bro.
well, 2 beatdown and 1 emo. Don't tell Ish. But yeah, I think Ed's kind of love of fiddler and like, I guess the chats to an extent, like that whole Australian surf punk rock thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of, you can definitely hear that in TBA.
To be fair, I call it stoner punk. That's what it's called on my
Yeah,
playlist
yeah.
as well, because obviously we have different playlists for everything.
Yeah.
And
You
it's
know
all
what?
like Lost Scallywags, all them like you cover them as well. That song's
Yeah.
sick. I love that song, Lord.
That is a sick tune. I think that was mad with the chats are like the main one actually. That you brought up the chats when they released Smoko. What was it? Did they release in 2016 or 2017? I think it was 2017, wasn't it?
Yeah,
We were listening to that. Like TBA and Milk were listening to that when it had like 20,000 listens, which is like still quite a lot if you're just starting out. But in terms of like where it's at now, it was such a big thing, and we used to cover it. Obviously, if you cover it now, it's a bit like, oh, it's a bit cringy because everyone does it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like it was such an edgy tune to cover, and like no one has heard of it, and then it all caught on. And we felt like the only people that listened to that tune.
Yeah,
It
the
was just
chats have
basic.
really like blown up a lot in the last few years.
Yeah, everywhere. If you're talking about influences, that's like one of the main ones for like Milk. So we used to cover the chats like when we started.
Mad.
Meg, you go on to your next question.
If you could play a show with any like 2 other bands, who would they be? Like dead or alive, whoever in the world, wherever.
Probably Prince dead, and
Oh,
David Bowie dead.
Dead.
Wait, so Prince is your first?
No,
No, not
joking.
Prince.
No,
Prince dead.
Sorry, Prince dead.
Nah, I don't know. You go first. I don't know.
I love the 1975, and I'd love to be in a band that is like the 1975 but different, and to get that main support slot would be so sick.
Yeah.
But they're the main ones. They're the main one. But I've always loved Deftones as well.
Oh, Deftones.
Oh.
Every support band that they've had have been sick as well, and I've liked the support band as much as the main band. So I'd love to be in one of them. What, the third one?
That's you. You're the third one.
Yeah, man, I'll support myself. Yeah.
I'll support my legs because I support me.
So Finley's gone with an indie pop band and a new metal band, and then supporting that.
Yeah, it's my rap career as well. I'll rap, and then I'll do Bad Dreams. Reckless Harm and the support.
Oh, that'd be great. That would. I mean, to be honest, having Reckless Harm support Deftones would probably be like one of the dreams, even though Tom's left us now.
Bro.
But I do remember coming back from.
What?
What a twist.
When we were coming back from Bristol, I think it was, and we had White Pony on the CD player.
Wow, it was fucking sick. We listened to that album like 3 times on the way back.
Yeah, he does that. He just leaves it in the CD player, lets it roll.
My man. That's how you got to do it. White Pony is such a legendary album.
And we're pretty depressed that we won't be seeing Deftones this Saturday. Sad
Oh
times.
wait, what?
Deftones were meant to be playing Download this
Download?
weekend. But
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
Danny, I swear to God.
What are you drinking, Danny? Red Stripe.
Yeah, what are you
Was it
drinking?
Yeah, you can make a
Strawberry
compilation
Yazoo.
of Danny burping in this fucking podcast. You're about it soon.
Someone else is going to do it, but yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
Anyway, Danny, your dream lineup.
Genuinely, probably not Kiss, man.
Kiss. Oh,
Yeah,
mate, I
that's
would
a
have been seeing
shout.
Kiss
That
this
is a good
Friday as well.
shout.
Do you like Kiss, though?
Mad.
I like probably the hits. I don't listen to much of their back catalogue stuff. But
See, I fucking hate Kiss, man. No, I just wanted to say that I've done it.
What? Nah, Kiss is sick. Detroit Rock City.
Yeah, it's
Mall
pretty
Cop.
alright.
You telling me that's not
yeah,
a banger?
that's like one of the most legendary comedy scenes ever.
Mate, the whole film's got a soundtrack to it. It's sick.
What film's this? Because I don't.
Paul Blart
What
Mall
is
Cop.
Paul Blart.
I know what it is, but I've never watched it, man. It's got.
It's
no, I
great.
have. It's got Mark V in it, innit? It's got that
Yeah.
skater.
Yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, it's about like
Movie.
it's like a kids heist film. So like instead of coming in with like cars and guns, they come in with like
Water guns.
what do they even use? Yeah, like
Skateboards
fake
and
guns
bikes.
and skateboards and stuff. It's cool. The sequel's terrible. I went to see it in cinemas. It was horrendous, but
Sequels always are, man.
Yeah, same, bruv.
Rattles me up, man. Just hate sequels.
that's gonna be the next TBA album. I Hate Sequels by Danny Bartlett.
Yeah.
That would just be Sick Bowl 2.
Got the sophomore album.
Sick Bowl 2. I hate sequels.
Does the same apply to like remastered albums for you?
What do you mean?
Like, it's kind of like a sequel, isn't it? Well, not really, but
I know what you mean. I don't know, because like on Spotify, look, you can never find the originals of some albums. They're always just
true.
remasters.
Sometimes though, when you get
Bad
like
choice.
the early 60s and 70s album, they do sound like a bit more authentic. If you've got like the original versions,
Yeah, that's true.
they can get a bit
I can't
overproduced.
tell the difference.
Danny's got no ears.
So wait, so you
My
support-
mum's sign language in all this podcast, too, man.
So you support Kiss for the clout, not because you
It's
like it.
alright if you say Skigs.
What bands would you want to support that you actually like?
Now, unlock a realistic one, which I think would be sick. He's like some band from, I think he's from Europe somewhere, but he must have gone to uni in London. But a band called Power Plant, man. They're like fucking fuzz punk. It's sick.
Oh yeah.
Sounds cool.
Was it realistic? Like we could get on the show?
Well, I reckon if we politely asked them,
Drop them an
I
email,
reckon they would.
Yeah.
please.
It'd beg for a slap.
Okay, right. My next question, and like, give yourselves time to think about this. I'm just gonna ask, what's the funniest story or thing that's happened at like a gig or after a gig or whatever?
No.
You go first. Then.
There's so many.
Yeah.
I can't say a few of them. Hold on.
We're an explicit podcast on Apple, so you can say what you like.
Oh, you sure? Nah, it's
Fuck.
fine. I'll go for a funny one. 'cause
Piss. Fuck. Piss again.
Piss and poo. Okay, there was this me and Jack met going. So my old secondary school, Linden, had a music service attached to it, and every Saturday you could go to learn guitar or drums. They have different classes. I did like a beginner's guitar thing from when I was like about 10 or 11. And Jack did the intermediate and the advanced one as well. And there was this one band going. I wanted to play drums at this point, rather than guitar. So I joined this band called Damaris. Well, it ended up being called Damaris. It was called Error 404 at the start. And Jack Dixon was the guitarist. That's when I met him. And we just ended up playing like Two Door Cinema Club covers. And do you remember Catapult Club?
Oh yeah.
I think Baddies Boogie ran it. I think was it? I can't remember what it was. But
Baddies Boogie, yeah.
Yeah, they did gigs in the academy, in Academy 3 and shit. And I was only 16 or 17 at the time, like late 16, early 17 at the time. And we played this show. Obviously, I hadn't been drinking at this point. Someone had bought a fridge full of Corona. It was topical. And I think I had like one or two before we went on stage. And I was fucked. I was really drunk. I went on stage, I played a good show, and I came off stage and was like, oh, that was rock and roll, let's drink some more. I drank one more. And I've never thrown up so much in my life. Like, I opened my mouth and it would not stop coming out. And like, I had a girl there that I liked, you know. I was like, this is backstage, so I was just about to come out and like go with the crowd and stuff, and with this girl that I was with, and it was, I felt like all cool, but I threw up like the whole my insides.
That's fun.
And I just tried to clean it up with my hands, and it just didn't work.
That's nasty.
Fucking rock and roll.
I can't believe that's the funny one.
Isn't it? I couldn't believe I was doing it when I was. I was just in the middle of cleaning it up. I was like, oh, this is not.
That's
how
horrendous.
I thought my night would go. I popped a mint in and pretended it didn't happen. I told the management, I said, there's been a bit of a mess backstage. Sorry about that. And it turned out the cleaner wasn't working that night, so I had to leave it to the morning.
Oh. It just festered there all night. That's great.
Obviously, I didn't tell the girl I was with, because obviously, why would I? Yeah, that was fucking grim, but it was hilarious. Anyway.
You say, why would I? Like you didn't try to clean it up with your hands and think that was a good idea?
I mean, I washed them before I hugged her and shit.
Oh,
but yeah.
Jesus. That's nasty. Danny, you've got to top that now.
Danny, top
Honestly,
that.
I didn't even think. I forgot I had to think of one.
I bet there's better. I can think of loads, man.
I don't know. I
think
can't
you're
think of anyone.
Yeah.
No, it's just, normally you just finish and just like run around like a twat.
We went to Snobs, didn't we? After I think it was the lock-up gig, and we used the lock-up. Did we go back there for like an after Snobs come down thing? It was mad. There's so many stories from punk gigs back in the day. It's so funny.
We need more funny stories after lockdown because, well, Danny's run out of stories to tell.
No, I've got cool stories, but I've got like good stories, but none of them are like hilarious.
Well, just give us your coolest story then.
Well, now I shouldn't have said the cool one because it's not as cool as you think. But,
you picked it up now.
No, I don't know. Just little stories like, just shit like. I remember when my old band we played Get the Feel with Flares.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
And it was Flair's first ever gig. So like,
shit, yeah.
So it was like a weird place for him to do their first gig, but for some reason like Edie's bass wasn't working, so she like borrowed my bass, and she like split like a finger open for playing it with a finger, and just covered my bass in blood.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah, that was pretty gnarly.
Used to do that bear. There's photos of Jack's guitar with blood all over it.
Oh yeah, that's old on the milk page, isn't it?
Yeah, that was old.
It's just one of them things, like you just not. You don't, if I ever see my mum go near my guitar with a baby wipe trying to wipe the blood off, I'd probably slap her. So, no, leave the blood on.
Yeah, it's memories, isn't it? You don't want to get rid of it. I remember I kept my snare heads on, or like when I took them off, I used to keep them because I split my finger open playing, and there's blood all over the snare. I didn't want to throw it away, but it was just
gives it character.
So I had to. Yeah, chip guitars are the best guitars.
Yeah, it's like using your guitar strap as like something to wipe your nose on
Oh,
as well.
lovely.
Oh, that's nasty.
Somewhat to get rid of the big greenies. Um, which of your own songs is your favourite? Obviously TBA.
Ooh.
Don't know, they're all just fun to play, aren't they? Like, none of them are all. I like that new one.
Oh, I like that new one.
What?
That new one's good.
Yeah, man.
That
That's
new
fun to
one.
play. Yeah, we played it.
That one.
Do you mean Rat Trap?
What?
No,
Yeah,
it wasn't.
nah.
The newest
One
Oh.
we
one.
haven't recorded. Like we played it at what's that place called? That pub called that we played
Dark
not long
Horse.
ago. No, it was in.
We played it
Burntwood.
first at Dark Horse.
Oh,
Cottage of
the Cottage of Content.
Oh.
Yeah, we played it there, and it was just nice to see everyone dancing to it instead of like pushing each other.
Sing it
That was a
for
funny
us.
night, Griff.
I want to
That
know
was a
what it
funny
is.
night.
I'm gonna sing it.
Go on.
They got a bass drum part in it where it goes da 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 da.
Oh yeah.
That bit.
Oh, I know that song. Yeah.
There's a tune.
Fucking. I don't know.
Oh
the
no, I was
name.
on about the other one.
Oh.
The
Which new one?
one with the Simpsons video.
Oh,
yeah.
We like that one.
That
Yeah.
one's nice.
Ed posted that on.
So
Well,
many songs.
He did that on his Facebook Live. That was a good one.
Yeah. I like
that was sick to watch. That one.
I think my favourite is Where's Ben, just because of the songwriting. It was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got.
'Cause, like,
The atmosphere as well. When the
Yeah.
song comes on, everyone goes fucking nuts.
yeah, it's mental. All the lyrics where it just rings true, doesn't it? Like you're listening to it, like
Yeah.
you're like, right, I've done that. Sick.
Has anyone like actually found him yet, or like, is he still missing?
You know what?
Yeah,
I've been
you
to a
know
gig.
the
He works at
story.
Mor-
Yeah,
he
been to a
works at
gig.
Morrison's. Works at Morrison's in Rubery. Goes to our team. He works in a petrol station. He'd love it.
Funny. He was just on holiday, innit?
Was he?
I swear he was just on holiday or something.
He's an enigma, man. He's not a
Yeah,
real
no.
person.
That's
more
what I
than one
heard
person.
anyway.
We all know different Bens and think we're on about the same person.
It's the whole Ben cloning thing.
Did you see fucking 1212's new video?
Yeah. Oh, that was a
What
bit
the
Oh,
mad.
it's so sick.
Their videos are cool,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
the,
it's
the
sick,
music video
isn't
was
it?
really sick.
I love it, man. I wish I was there.
Yeah, same. Yeah, look, there's a lot of
Same.
flour. I hope.
Do you reckon they used real cocaine?
No, I don't. Yeah,
No, I reckon they
Yeah.
did. you know.
yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
They did,
All the money they made from them t-shirts.
I think if I had the money, I would use real stuff. Definitely.
Yeah, but then
Like,
you can't
you just
film
don't
that
have-
sort of shit with it because you'd be like, don't waste.
Was it a waste?
I just fell down the back of the city. Give me a straw.
Get me a who?
No, it's fucking sick, though, man. I understand. Like, what part is sick, man.
Yeah, man.
They did it time ago, do you remember?
Did
Yeah.
they? This always happened because like Rat Trap. I remember you playing Rat Trap. What with the milk gigs?
Yeah.
And obviously, when
No.
you've released it, it's like, oh, we got a brand new song. It's like, right, that song was written years ago.
Yeah, like Ed was saying on his Facebook Live, like, you might stop playing some of the songs that you've currently got out because you've just been playing them for years.
Yeah.
Because, like, even, like, 2 years ago, I used to listen to the TBA demos on SoundCloud. And even that feels like ages
Right.
ago.
Yeah. Did ya?
Yeah, man, there was...
What did you ever
That's
listen to
cool.
like Reefer and 10 for a gram?
Yeah. I had them saved on, like, a big playlist. That was
That's
back...
crazy.
Right.
That was back when I was, like, a massive fanboy of TBA, because, like, I'd only spoken to
Well,
Ed,
have you
like,
not-
once.
Are you not a fanboy anymore?
Am I not a friend, Danny? Am I not a friend of the band? Ed
Not like a
Ed said I'm
fanboy
like
anymore?
Ed said I'm like a professional like smoker collector. Just send me outside before the gig starts to collect everyone.
Yo, run the shop.
Speaking of, Does anyone have any useless talents?
Can drive.
That's a very
That's a
rare
sick
one. I'm
talent.
not gonna lie.
I can't drive.
It's actually shameful how little band members can drive.
Nah, I can open bottles with my teeth, but that's pretty
It
useful.
freaks me out when you do that, man. Like,
But it's
really-
useful.
Like my mum's a
Got strong
dentist, and
teeth.
she's never let me do anything
yeah.
like that. I can't open anything with my teeth, or she loses her mind. So like,
Yeah,
if I
she's-
tried to
yeah,
open
my
a bottle
mum's
with my
not a
teeth,
dentist.
I'd be dead.
I can do that weird. Hold on.
Oh, the
There we go.
water drop thing.
Yeah, that's
That's
pretty
mad.
useless.
I'm really good at juggling as well. I'm juggling 8 things up now. Right now.
Really?
I'm juggling
Yeah.
8 bands, bro.
He's done you there. He's done you there.
Turn you up like a kipper.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my next question. Now I don't want anyone to get incriminated here, but I'm gonna ask
I
what's
don't know what that means.
what's been your favourite TBA gig that you've played?
You go first, Finn.
Now we're not basing it on lineup or anything, because
So-
I don't want anyone getting upset. But in terms of your actual set, what's been your favourite set you've played?
So I can recall favourite gigs, but obviously I wasn't playing with them then. I was still on the same lineup, if you know what I mean. But the favourite one that I've played, it's so hard.
It's alright, Finn, if you're not enjoying yourself in the band.
Sunny's always good.
I do like the Sunny shows.
Sunny's always fun. But I don't know, man.
Just the one with horses,
Blotto's
yeah.
was the best gig that
Blotto's
TBA have done.
was sick. Blotto's was really good.
Where's that?
Yeah, Blotto's was amazing, man.
It's not in Digbeth.
Oh right. Yeah.
Like it's up a rehearsal place.
Oh cool. There's way too many venues in Digbeth. Like, it's literally built out of pubs, venues, and just like random apartments.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can never fucking get a space for a gig.
No, you
Like,
can't.
If you ask somewhere, they're like,
It's
"Oh,
always
yeah,
changing as well, man. I don't like how it's changed. RVR, this sounds so wet, but like, you know, like, back in my day, we had like Blotto's and like Wagon and Horses. It's all changing.
Yeah. Well, now we've got like the Dead Wax. They've started doing gigs at what's it called? The Centrala Space, which is an art gallery during the day. So that's going to be interesting for gigs.
See,
I've
they're
been
all
there.
too nice.
It's pretty sick at Central.
I haven't been there. I was ill or something when there was a gig on, and I didn't go. And I
Yeah,
kinda
it was the
regret
not normal one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to book in a hardcore show there because it looks like a really good venue.
It's really big, actually.
They said I could
Don't
only
you
have like
think it-
60 people.
Oh, really?
What? Don't you think it like takes from it when you play nicer venues? Like I'd much rather play like the Wagon when it was the Wagon
Yeah.
than now that it's Dead Wax. Like
Yeah, I prefer
dunno.
like the little grotty venues. Like Finley will remember when we played literally like a basement. Well, it was I think it's a war shelter in Liverpool, and it was
Mad.
like it was the tiniest little thing. It was probably about half the size of the Wagon, and like the green rooms. There was 2 green rooms, and they could have been coffins, for all I know. Like they were tiny. They were probably about 8 feet by 3 feet, and they were just drilled into the wall, and that was like your green room. But yeah, I do prefer playing like the smaller venues,
yeah,
and that's why everyone liked playing at the Wagon, because it was just like this little like DIY venue.
Yeah, I missed the
Yeah.
one.
oh dearie me,
Is it?
I'm choking up, man.
A lot of it is just being intimate with like. 'Cause it was
Ladies.
so- with the females. No, like with again, I don't wanna rinse it, but with like with the Wagon and everything, it wasn't like the band's on stage and they come off and they don't speak to people. Like we were more the audience than the band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know, like talking with people and. Like obviously, you said about. Did you say about the Jacaranda?
yeah. The Jacaranda
Liverpool
Club.
that
That
we played.
was
It's fucking mental.
it was tiny.
Yeah, it was small, man. Like the green room in Wagon was just downstairs, wasn't it? Like in the garden,
Yeah.
and just like hanging with people, smoking and drinking. It was just fun, man. I do miss it.
But hopefully we'll get some new DIY venues. I mean, I've been looking into
Well-
it more
we can
because
only
like
hope.
I want to put on more gigs. Obviously after lockdown because I've lost quite a few during this. So yeah, it'd be nice to get some more like DIY venues.
I think talk to Nigel, man. I'm gonna try and if he's still around, organising gigs and shit. Give him a ring.
I mean, the next best thing would be to do like a lock-up show. So if Milk want to get back together, that'd be great.
It's in the works, bro.
It's in the works. Meg, have you got any more questions?
No. I think
run out
I've
too.
asked all of mine.
Well, what are we going to talk about?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the Butters Aliens.
Yeah, is there
I'm sick
anything?
of that band.
Fucking hell.
Fucking shit, man.
Did we
Is-
ask?
Anyone
yeah,
working on anything new?
Yeah, what's in the works at the moment?
You can tell.
Go on,
You
Dan.
go first. Oh, I'll go
Nah,
first.
nah, go on.
TBI, we haven't practiced in months, so we ain't got for call at the minute. But Ed's been doing loads of demos, which is sick, from his little room, from his big little room. And then our other band, Swan Prince, have got an album coming out later this year on vinyl, which will be sick.
That'd be
just
cool, yeah.
'cause-
Wicked, man.
That sounds
yeah.
sick.
I mean,
Have
Yeah,
you done
that's
that? What'd you go through to do vinyl?
I just done nothing. Rachel and Josh,
Yeah.
they're partners, like married. They're like in Swan Prince. They sorted it all.
No
So-
way.
Wicked, man.
That's so cool. That's nice. What about you, Finley? I know you're on your solo thing right
Yeah,
now.
I've
Yeah,
released a
Fin
few-
City's sick.
few solo. Thanks, man. I've wanted to just do hardcore stuff for a while, so I'll release some hardcore tunes, I reckon,
yeah.
on my own. When lockdown's over, I'm going to be so busy, like with gigs and rehearsals and playing and stuff. But while lockdown's on,
As if you weren't already.
I know, I was so busy. I can record drums from home, so if anyone wants me to track drums on,
Finley, can you track drums for me? That'd be great. Yeah.
I can do.
I'm actually gonna plug
when my
it
interface
because
comes, I'm gonna, yeah.
yeah, basically me and Finley are in a band together. If anyone didn't know, we're called Reckless Harm. We're a hardcore band, and essentially some of the guys at Nuclear Family Records and Mantlet and Cold War are putting together a compilation cassette tape with 30 tracks on it from 30 bands from around the UK, and all the profits from that are going to be going towards UK Black Lives Matter and Act Blue, which is a bailout fund in America. And then we're also doing t-shirts with loads of band
wow.
logos on it. Yeah, so if you would like to support that, head over to ukhcforchange.bandcamp.com and buy a cassette.
Yeah, that's
Fuck
so
There is bare
cool.
sick bands on that as well. Is it like Reckless Harm, Frantic State, Suppress? Is it Lend Out? Fuck.
It sounded
Are
like
you good, bro?
it sounded like Finley said suppress, and then Danny tried to shout it back at him.
I thought that. I said Suppress. I was like, yo, Danny's a big fan. Big up. Yeah, man.
Oh, I can't breathe. Oh god. But yeah.
Who else have you got planned to come on the podcast?
Well,
Ooh.
we can only do people who've got like home studios. So we wanted to get Erin on, but she hasn't got a home studio, which is upsetting. So we'll have to wait till we get the proper studio, and then we can get Guinnesses in, which will be good. Yeah, basically just most people in the scene.
I was gonna say, like photographers and that would be sick to hear from.
Yeah, maybe. Like we've got, obviously in my band Euphoric, we'll do a podcast because it's just I've got to get Sam on and that's it.
Yeah.
There's
Sick, bro.
a rapper in Birmingham called Figure 9 who wants to join the podcast. And
Big
then,
man Dan.
yeah, Big Man Dan.
Sorry.
Big up. And then also there was like Wreckers Harm been friends with a band, like I don't know what to call them, like death metal kind of band from Bristol called Vicarage. And
Right, yeah.
their drummer dropped me a message and he was like, "Oh, I like punk. Can I jump on your podcast?" I was like, "Yeah, that sounds cool, but you don't do punk." And he was like, "No, but I like punk." I was like, "Okay, sound." So yeah, a lot of people want to jump on because we got a lot of buzz from the first episode.
Yeah, man, we got a lot of love. Thank you, everyone. You're all legends.
Yeah,
Also,
sick,
big
man.
up
No worries.
Chris Gallagher, Misery Take Me for the artwork because it looks
Oi,
pretty
oi.
good.
So fire.
When's the album, bro? When's the Downsize album coming out?
20 years. Now we could get Downsize on there. That'd be good as well. But
yeah, do it, man.
yeah, future plans also because I mean I've been in talks with Ed and Joe about it. I was trying to organise like a TBA meal deal tour or just like a weekend tour
Sick.
for
Yeah,
well it's
yeah,
meant to be
yeah.
for August but I don't think it's going to go ahead now, so probably for like October or December or something, so that'll be pretty good. And then if I get that to go ahead then I could probably switch it around and do a 12-12 Pretty Var one as well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, wicked, bro. Yeah, I think obviously it's a long time coming, isn't it? But if Milk can get some material out, we'll try and get on some shows up and down the UK. Maybe
We could do I could organise a milk tour, that'd be good.
it'd be mental.
That would get so
Yeah,
much
shit's coming
buzz.
soon.
The milk reunion.
I can't wait. I cannot wait, bro. It's gonna be sick.
It's hard to do this podcast shit, ain't it?
Oh yeah, like
It's fucking awkward as fuck.
it is. I'd prefer if we were all in a studio together, but we've had to deal with this
Yeah.
until
Yeah, you
Corona
can
goes away.
film it also, can't you? When you get it in the studio. Obviously, if we all had our videos on,
Yeah,
we could just record that.
Yeah.
but we could just like once we've got a studio and all that, we can set it up and get some cameras in. It'll look really good.
Yeah, wicked.
But yeah, I'm calling that 47 minutes,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna lie, I
Mad.
need the toilet, so I think we should wrap it up soon.
Ethan needs a poo. Ethan, don't poo your pants.
Actually,
Poo your pants podcast.
I've just downed 3 cans of Sprite, and yeah,
Oh, he's on the art stuff.
on the hard stuff.
Fucking straight edge. Yeah, man.
We'll wrap it up before Danny goes insane.
Um.
You want to get one last burp in there?
Yeah, I was gonna say any more bodily functions
Oh, that's disgusting.
before we go.
Nah, cheers so much for having us on, and it's
Yeah,
it's been
thanks
a bit
for coming, man.
awkward, Lord.
It's been a bit
Man,
awkward.
well, I'm sat in my room. I ain't come anywhere.
Well, thank you for not declining us.
Nah, well, we couldn't do
Nah,
that. We'd
never.
look rude.
You look rude. Oh, not
We'd
because
look
we're
rude.
friends.
Is that the only
Yeah, I was
reason?
joking. I was
Bloody
looking
hell.
forward to it all week. Nah, I've really enjoyed it.
Cool. Well,
Finn, you had a good time?
Yeah, it's been good, man. Do it again.
it's been an
Alright,
honour
sound,
having you both.
I'll give you a hug.
Yeah,
Virtual
that's,
hug.
that's
So,
it.
so what now? Do we all just leave Discord?
Well, I kind of go, thanks for listening to the Part of the Punk podcast. My name's been Ethan, and then Meg goes,
Is that my cue?
Meg's gone.
Sorry.
Sigh.
Do
Come on,
it
wrap
again,
it
do
up,
it
wrap
again,
it
do
up.
it again.
Thank you for listening to the Part of the Punk podcast. My name's been Ethan,
And I'm Meg.
and thank you for Danny and Finn to coming on today.
It's been a pleasure, man.
No, always it's sick one.
And we will
Sound.
see you next time, whenever that will be.
Goodbye.
Cheers for
Sound
listening.
right. And end credits.